Hello friends and welcome to edupediaworld.com. In today's video, we are gonna start learning some verbs in Spanish called the reflexive verbs, verbos reflexivos, and we start with the verb llamarse, to be called, which is really useful to start conversations in Spanish, as we have seen already in past videos. So, let's go for it. ¿Qué son los verbos reflexivos? What are the reflexive verbs? Well, first of all, the reflexive construction, in the reflexive construction, the subject is also the object. So, these kind of verbs have the object and the subject together. And a person thus as well as receives the action. For example, I am called, I call myself. In Spanish, you don't say, my name is, or I'm blah, blah, blah. You would say, I call myself, blah, blah, blah. And third, the subject, the pronoun, and the verb are all in the same form. So, we will see it later, but as you say, me llamo, yo me llamo, I called myself, I am called. So, en resumen, as a summary, we could say that in the reflexive construction, the subject is also the object. A person does as well as receives the action, and the subject, the pronoun, and the verb are in the same form. So let's start with the verb llamarse, to be called. Don't hesitate, we'll learn how to conjugate verbs later on in future videos, how to conjugate regular verbs, but this verb is really useful for you, and also other reflexive verbs. So that's why I thought this would be a good way to start with the verbs, just like learn them by heart. Okay, so llamarse, it is formed by two parts: the verb llamar, to call, okay, which is a regular verb. We'll learn later on how to conjugate it by itself, plus the pronoun se, llamarse, okay? The se is kind of like, it's the part of the verb that makes you understand that the object and the subject are the same, right? The se part would be the object. So how do you conjugate the verb llamarse? So look at this on the screen, and it would be yo me llamo, tú te llamas, él, ella se llama, nosotros, nosotras nos llamamos, vosotros, vosotras os llamáis, ellos, ellas se llaman. Okay, so the pronoun and then the object part, the other pronoun, is, if you want to say it like that, match. They are in the same form as well as the verb. So let's see this table, and this little table translating what it would be llamarse literally in English. Okay, so me llamo would be I am called, or I call myself. That would be actually the right translation. Okay, te llamas, you call yourself, or you are called. Se llama, he, she, call himself, herself. He, she is called. Also, you could use it as you, the formal you, usted, se llama, okay? So you would say, it would be usted se llama, you are called, or you call yourself. Nos llamamos, we are called, or we call ourselves, literally. Os llamáis, you call yourselves. Se llaman, they call themselves. Or also the you, ustedes, the you formal. So now, vamos a practicar. Let's practice for a little. So, here for example, the girl would say, hola, me llamo Marta. ¿Cómo te llamas? You see, me llamo, first person, yo me llamo, and te llamas, tú te llamas. right? And he would answer, yo me llamo Pedro, mi hermana también se llama Marta. I call myself Pedro. My name is Pedro. My sister is also called Marta. Se llama, ella se llama. And here, for example, mi amigo se llama Enrique y su amiga se llama Ana. Nos llamamos Enrique y Ana. Nos llamamos. We call ourselves. We are called Enrique y Ana. Os llamáis Enrique y Ana. She's saying to them that they are called. Actually, she's saying, you are called Enrique y Ana. Se llaman Enrique y Ana. She's telling us they call themselves Enrique y Ana. So what you have to do with this verb is just like learning by heart. And it is really, really useful just to introduce yourself, to introduce people to other people, and introduce friends, and so on and so forth. So don't hesitate. Yes, don't freak out. It is not that difficult. We'll learn how to conjugate more verbs soon in the future. This was all for today. This is everything about the verb llamarse. Now, you can just like practice, try to speak Spanish with someone, just like introduce yourself. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, thanks for watching and hasta la próxima. See you later.